Okay, everybody. I decided to just jump out so that we weren't in any way interrupted when DJ Switch starts to share her story of what she experienced on Tuesday night, and so that's why I did that, because I don't want us to be interrupted. So you're back. We're not going to stay. We're not going to make her dwell on it too long, but she wants to speak. So if you're just joining us here, I'm Isha Sesay, taking over the Bella Niger platform and bringing you these conversations in partnership with AWB all this week. And we're going to talk to DJ Switch, who was central to a lot of what happened on Tuesday in terms of helping people get care as they were injured, getting people to hospitals. She has been quiet for the last few days. She released a video earlier talking about how she's doing, and she's with us now to share her account of what she experienced and what she saw. Let's bring her back in.
Hey.
I'm back. Hey. Again, thank you for being willing to speak. Will you just talk to me and start from setting the scene? What was Tuesday night like before the mayhem started? What do you remember about Tuesday
It was
before the before
it
part?
was it was actually Tuesday morning for me because I was there in the morning and I was on stage, just trying to talk to people. I mean, the job that I do, I've got a lot of energy, so I wanted to share my energy with everybody and make sure that everybody was pumped and excited to be there and protest. So and I also took time at intervals to sort of um, talk about the little that I know, about what bail is, what a stimulus uh, relief bill is, talked about so many things and, let people know what their rights are, just little things. We talked about religion and I tried to tell people that we must respect everybody's religion. Things like this is what causes division. The minute you compare a tribe to another, or the minute you see a difference between your religion and another person's religion, it means one is better than the other. And the minute one is better than the other, problems arise. So that's basically the start. That's basically what the day was. It was a beautiful day. Um, and then leading up to the night time when it was getting dark and the gunshots, like we just heard gunshots. It
What was your
was
first sense that something was going wrong? What was your first sense? Do you remember the moment?
the gunshot, the gunshot, the gunshot. It was something has gone wrong. A sense of what wants to happen was when we realized that the toll gate um, power was cut off and the street lights were turned off. So we at some point we're talking about getting floodlights so that we could see.
Mm-hmm.
But before any of that could even take place, gunshots. So
Um, the security forces, military, they turned up. There's a video that's circulating which shows them shooting up in the air, but it's very clear in multiple accounts that whatever that video shows, that moment in time, many have said they were shooting directly at protesters.
yeah, I think from what I can recall, I did see military men shoot in the air. This when they got close, then they'll speak and then they'll aim and shoot.
What did
It
they
was.
say? Do you remember anything that was
Um,
said?
I remember, go home, go home, go home. I remember that. I remember speaking to someone that he seemed to me like the unit commander. I think I was live at that time. I don't even know if my phone had died then. But I remember asking him why he was doing what he was doing. Why are you killing us? And he said expressly told me that it's orders from above and he's a soldier and he
Wow.
must do as he's told. And I
Wow.
told him that I understand that my father is dead. I told him my father was in the military. I understand the dynamics of what he's saying, but he should look at us. You know, we're young people. We're not fighting you. We're sitting on the floor. We're singing the national anthem. We're waving our flags. You know.
And the shooting continued. And where did you find the strength to put your own sense of safety to the side to help the injured? I mean, how did you even have the wherewithal? What was going on in your mind?
To be honest, I don't know. I I I believed that we were all going to die. I
You thought
believed
that.
that. Yeah. So, let's finish it. You know, I don't know. You know, there are military people in front, and there were military people at the back. We were kind of like running around in circles.
Yeah.
So, when you see somebody fall next to you, and that person has been shot, and then we've looked around, we've seen that there are military people on this end and on that end. I thought we were going to die. It was after that particular incident that I didn't even, like, my phone had been in my pocket all day, even when I was on stage all day. I'm not there to go take pictures, you know.
Of course.
I want to do this. People that know me, I don't have a lot of friends, but the few friends I have, they know I'm constantly always talking about this. How can things be better? So I was so happy when I saw that people are really like opening their eyes for a change, and change comes from the people, you know. So
So you
that
kept
was when
going.
I removed my phone. Yeah, when I saw him fall, I just said, okay, I think we're going to die. I don't want us to die in vain. I want people to see what's happening and help and tell everybody, you know, tell people, call, tag the UN, tag CNN, tag BBC, tag, just so that people see what happened, you know.
And everybody watched. Everybody was there watching as you were there telling the world what was happening. How did you, so you get your phone out, you start showing the world what is happening, you're helping people in real time, and what's your plan at that point? Just keep helping and pray you survive, or talk to me about what's going on now.
Pretty much. You know, so you look around and you just see that this is all you've got. You know, he's all I've got, she's all I've got, I'm all they've got. We've only got each other. The people I kind of like wish they would take care of us are not doing that. So we would take care of ourselves. You know, whatever expertise you have, whatever you can do, you do it. You know, I mean, even like the tear gas, when they were throwing the tear gas, I just remembered this. And I didn't know it's the first time I've experienced tear gas, and I couldn't see nobody. It's the most painful thing,
Yeah.
you know. And the other boys were like, "Don't use water. Don't use water. Don't wash your
So it
face."
makes it worse. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, right? So, um, of course, I heard the craziest thing, you know, urine, like piss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Works.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you to understand. I want to give you a sense of the type of, I want to give you a sense of what that environment turned into. You know, from a peaceful protest to
Sure.
people washing their face with piss.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, God.
And people were, as you talk about the environment, everyone around you, you can hear people screaming in some of the videos. You can hear people, there's some, at one point I can hear in one video, people are still singing the national anthem. Can you, from just, again, I wasn't able to watch you live because I was doing this, and I was, trying to get you to come up as you were busy trying to save people. Again, you've talked about the extremes people were going to. What else can you tell us about that moment of what else was happening?
Um, it was just like chaos, but it was this might, I don't know how people might take this, but it was like a beautiful chaos, because the same Nigerians that people have a perception that were selfish, that wasn't what I saw. At the very heart, the typical Nigerian is a good person. The typical Nigerian. And at the same time, we were just there for each other. That feeling of fear, it took over me. It took over everybody. The fear took over everybody. But it's either you just suck it up and just sort of do the best you can do before it's your turn. I think that's basically how I'd say I felt. The soldiers were organized as well. The soldiers eventually left after their commander came, and I alive. I don't know him before. And then the police came.
And what did they do? What did they do?
They came guns blazing too. They came in the same way. They drove in.
So I just want to be clear for our viewers and everyone who's joining us. Not only did you see with your own eyes and experience, and many saw this live, not only did the military open fire, but you saw uniformed police.
Absolutely. To you, I have a list of names. So when we took some people to the hospital, I'm so grateful to the people that gave us refuge, because it was just insane, right? And when we got to the church, I called everyone. I said, we need to write our names down, because like I said earlier today, especially when I started seeing the stories going around, saying nobody. I don't know, so, and then we don't know them. So I told them, everybody write your names down. I have the names, I have the numbers. I was on with your colleague today from CNN, and I've sent the names to her. I said, these are the people that fought at the gate. We were all there. So right now, as we're speaking to you, they have the names. So if it's witnesses, I'm ready. This is my country. Ready. I speak to them. And for some reason, they only want to, I have a picture of all of them we took at the church. I had put up on my story, I think, that day, where some of them were sleeping on the floor, then on chairs in the church that morning. So,
where did you spend once you got out of that? First of all, how did you get out of that from the toll gate? Can you just take us how you got out?
Yeah. So we were stuck in the middle because we had the military on both sides. So after a while, I really don't know what made them stop, but after like a while, because it was just crazy, then they eventually left. But we noticed that they were looking for their shells. So we started running around and looking for their shells as well.
Wow.
And then they left. So we cheered, I wish people could have seen everybody cheer. It felt like we won something, So we cheered and we sat down, and these same boys I'm talking about, people were running and looking on the floor because it was chaos, or maybe water. Some people were running to go get like a pack of water, and they were sharing to all of us. So we sat in like a circle, singing great Nigerian youth, great. And then the police came. So now the military is gone. The police came from the toll gate itself. And I must say, it's almost like they were irritated at us, because at least the army started from up, they came down. The police they were literally aiming and shooting. So we were running. There was a boy that was shot in the back. He fell like he was. There are witnesses. It's not even taken. We need help.
DJ, switch. For some reason, your signal has gotten really your signal has gotten really blurry and people are struggling to hear you, and it's so critical that they hear you. Do you want to try and log back in? Are you okay to keep going for just a few more minutes?
Yeah. What do you want me to do? You want me to leave?
I'm going to, oh, it's just cleared up. Just as I was speaking, it just, okay, look at that. So, okay, I'm sorry, I hated to stop you there.
That's all right.
But everyone was saying they couldn't hear you, and we're also desperate to hear you. You saw a boy be shot. He was shot in the back.
In the back, yes. He was shot in the back. Now, imagine people running, right? We're running for our lives. He was shot. We turned back. So there were some boys who were looking at him. I know in the back of my head, I know that someone like that should be professionals, you know, from maybe the hospitals. They will know how to carry him because that's a bullet to the back, right? But we just couldn't leave him there. So some boys picked him up, and then we were running with the boy.
While the police are still shooting.
The police, they were shooting and tear gassing at the same time. So you're shooting, you're tear gassing. We can't really see. We're running. That's when I fell, and I fell and hit my head on the ground. And then the bullets that I had fell. So I was trying to pack the bullet, or rather the shells of the bullet, right? Just so that we don't lose that evidence. And I still even missed some, but I was trying to pack what I could pack and put back in my pocket, and I kept running. So we ran, and we just ran and ran and ran and ran to Marwa, you know, and then we sat down on the road. And that's when that man from the hospital, the Bodek hospital, Mr. Allah, came. So we didn't know him. We were kind of like scared, like, who are you? Please, can you tell us what your name is? So he identified himself. He said he's just here to help. He wants to help the injured, you know. I thought it was just a beautiful thing. They treated us. And then the church took us in. So I remember I sat outside the church till the break of dawn. And then we stepped out again onto that Lekki Express Road. That's where they shot at us the second, that morning, the next day. So
many people are just worried about you. And when you went quiet for a few days, everybody was just panicking. Were you aware of how frightened everyone was, and are you aware of how concerned everyone is for your safety now?
I'm aware now, and I'm grateful for that. I was a bit shocked initially. I couldn't really process or comprehend, but you know, there's just been a lot going on. The people that are the caretakers here, you know, they've been getting calls from my friends, my boss, and they're all getting information. There's a lady, it's insane. This one happened today, who called my boss, right, and was talking about me, that if they'll come pick me up, and I better have video evidence of those bodies. If not, I've committed a crime against the country or something like that.
Do you know who that person was? Do you have did they identify themselves?
I don't have the person's name. I don't know who she is, but it's a lady.
And so I must ask you, are you afraid for your safety? I must ask you that.
Yes, I am. I am. Of course I am. Like, who wouldn't be? Like, I am. Sometimes I really knock myself on the head because I don't know what's wrong with me and why I wouldn't just stop, but it's just how I am. Like, I do things to the end, and I'm passionate about, once I'm passionate about something, I do it. I'm scared, but I'm going to continue. I need to tell people what's going on. People need to know what's happening. We need help. You can't blast people like that. It doesn't make any sense.
And so when you hear the Nigerian government say,
I'm so tired.
No, I'm going to let you go shortly. I'm going to let you go shortly. But I do ask you, what is your message to the Nigerian government and the military, a military that says it wasn't them, a government that the president spoke yesterday and did not directly address Lekki? What is your message to them? Because they will see this conversation. it will get to them. What's your message?
Um, you were elected to promote us. You were elected to ensure our safety, our livelihood, you know, but all the things we need to achieve these things, they don't work or they're non-existent. Fine. I mean, I would be naive to say there is no government in the world that is so 100% like honest. I'd be naive to say that. But at least you as the leader of a country, you cannot say you cannot give a speech and not at least say our deepest, condolences goes to the lives that were lost. Okay, if you don't want to say anything, get an investigative team on the ground, look for the witnesses, get statement, investigate, and bring to book. Accountability is something we just don't have. We don't even lack it. We don't have it. We don't have it. That's why people get away with things. I'd like to say to my governor, I'd like to say to my to the president of Nigeria, please lead. You must lead. You cannot continue to pretend like it's not happening. Just today, I was told that, hey, have you seen the COVID-19 stuff? I was like, no. And then I went to look for it. I couldn't believe it. Who does that? You're going to sell that back to Nigerians or maybe use it for something else. Please, lead. We can't come out and lie against you for what? It makes no sense. This is not how to lead. Things are, the system is broken. What is so difficult to fix here? Please lead. We've had too much of like a bad, policies that don't work. They're old, archaic policies. They don't work. The way forward, I think, is I think Nigerians are. I think they know now. I think they're seeing it, and I think we shouldn't give up. I'm so scared that if we give up, then they would really tear everything down. This social media that you and I are on, I have a feeling it'll do something to it. This is the best way we can talk to each other on social media. So we can't give up. But we really need innovative thinkers. We need educated, innovative thinkers. We need people who we need innovative thinkers. We need good leadership. That's all.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No, you have said it all, and I want you to rest now. And I know sleep is hard, but you must try. Yeah. You must try and shut your mind off from it all. But I want to say thank you for the enormous bravery, not just on that night, but the bravery that you continue to show in speaking out and speaking to me today and everybody who's on this live. Thank you. Please be safe.
Thank you for having me, and thank you to everybody.
Be safe, DJ Switch. Thank you for joining us there. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
In her own words, DJ Switch there, recounting what she experienced on Tuesday and the aftermath, and also just her message to the government. You must lead. You must lead. And there must be an investigation into what happened on Tuesday. It cannot just disappear. Nigerian citizens deserve that, an investigation into what happened. I will say it again. I've said it over and over again on social media. Who gave the orders for that operation at Lekki tollgate? Who will be held responsible? I'm just going to leave you with that. And that must be the question over and over and over again. Who gave the orders? who will be held responsible. Thank you to all of you who have taken time out to join these conversations. Thank you to DJ Switch, first and foremost, for breaking away from a time where she should be healing and just only doing that to come and speak to me, to come and speak to us. We as Africans deserve good leadership. We deserve governments that value our lives, that protect us, and that when our rights are abused, when our rights are denied, they seek justice and hold those responsible accountable. We as Africans deserve that. We must demand it. And the question remains, who gave the orders? Who will be held responsible? Thank you so much for all the time you have spent with me throughout this week. Thank you to all the guests or everyone who joined and spoke to me throughout an important week. Thank you to my partners, Bella Naija Online, African Women on Board, who made the series possible and brought resources, hours, manpower, tech, everything to support. But most importantly, thank you to you from everywhere you are around in Nigeria, and we continue to demand justice and accountability for all. Thank you, everyone. Please be safe. Please be safe. And I will be right here covering what happens next. But again, if you only say two things, who gave the orders, who will be held responsible, and we pray that Nigeria finds a way out of all of this. Thank you, everyone. Be safe. Bye for now.